Mofuzul made history by running the full 2025 London Marathon wearing a traditional Bangladeshi lungi. Mofuzul got into running through COVID times, as many of us did, and this was his third London Marathon. Mofuzul, for those who aren't aware what a lungi is, can you please describe it to us and why you decided to run the London Marathon wearing it?
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Lungi is a traditional, kilt the Scottish people wear.
Right.
And it's a bit longer than that, but it's worn mainly in part of Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, and southern part of Asia. And it is one of the things that I just thought that last year when I ran the London Marathon, there was two Indian ladies, they ran in the saris, and that's what's inspired me. I'm thinking, hold on, if they can do it in the saris, why can't I do something more traditional where my root is from, which is Bangladesh? So I've been thinking about it over the last few months since, when I got the position to run the London Marathon, I've been thinking about it. You know what, I'm going to do something. And I just thought, there's no harm me wearing a lungi. When I did the 2021 marathon and last year, and I've seen people different type of costumes on, a lot of different costumes, and people wearing the Rhino Man, the washing machine, all this, and I've got memories that whoever went past through with people with costumes on, I just took selfies with them, and I just thought that's inspiration, and why can't I do it in a lungi? And that's the challenge I took. It couldn't have been a better one this year than any other years. And the reason is I wore the lungi is because my best friend, who I've known from since the day or the year that I came to this country was 1986. And we've been friends ever since. And my best friend is going through pancreatic cancer at this present moment.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that.
It's taken me very hard because as you can understand, we've known each other over more or less 40 years. We're more like a brother, but we're not friends. And, it just gives me that shocking to hear what he's gone through. And this is a person who's always been into football. We do, since COVID, we've been running. He's done 10, 15, 20 Ks. It's no problem. We've done half marathon in Manchester. And this is, a lot of people around England know him. And his name is Mofuzul Miah. And he's also got MBE for charities and things, what he's done over the years. And I just thought, I had the opportunity to run for pancreatitis, and I thought I need to do something different. So I took that challenge, and it's only, I had the back of my head that I want to run in a lungi.
Yeah.
I didn't tell everyone. I just kept it quiet. And then the closest friends that I said, listen, I'm thinking of running my lungis. What do you think? They all say, yeah, why not? And then I think it's about 4 or 5 weeks ago, one of my closest friends, I said to him, I'm going to run in my lungis. He goes, I'll sponsor you. I said, how much? He says, 500. I say, it's done. So I just thought it's going to come in for a use, for a charity, as well as people with pancreatic cancer.
Yeah.
And that 500 or a pound or however much people donate, everything is going towards the charity. And if we can make something out of this in future, where people are experimenting maybe for different medicines or whatever,
It all helps, doesn't it?
It all helps. And so that was the challenge that I thought, I'm going to do it. And you know what?
It must have affected your running stride, right?
No.
Did it not? So you said you've done 3 marathons. So you said
Yes.
in 2021, last year and this year. Did it affect your time running in a lungi compared to the previous 2?
I will be honest with you. I am not one to look at the time of I want to do it faster or,
It's about the atmosphere though, isn't it? It's just amazing.
I look for atmosphere, I look at memories, and I look at start to finish, and my main object is to finish the line.
Yeah.
It took me 5 hours 52, I think.
You got sub 6 hours in a lungi. You should be very, very, very proud of yourself.
No, I'm proud. I'm proud. But few of the other guys that I know of that I saw yesterday, and a couple of the lads from Oldham also did the marathon. A couple of lads from Rochdale did the marathon as well. every one of them said, listen, we struggled. And I just thought, if you guys struggle, then I'm okay.
Yeah.
5 hours, 52 minutes, kind of thing. So it was amazing experience. And to do the full length of the marathon,
Yeah.
and I just want to say something.
Sure.
Yesterday, it showed the map that my destination for the starting line is 45 minutes from the Excel Center near there I stayed. And I just felt like 9:30 in the morning, thinking I'll be there within an hour. I've got plenty of time. But with the traffic and the queues and everything, it took me 2 hours. So
2 hours.
Everybody's gone. And I'm there running to the park where the starting line is. And I asked one person on the way, and you can tell there were workers working or, part of the charity people there. I asked him, mate, which is the quickest way to get to the starting line? And he says, mate, you're going past it. You're not going to make it. It's done and dusted. And I just thought, you know what? I'm still going to carry on going. Even if I don't get the tracking on the London...
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
And obviously my proof to my friend, everybody who has donated, is they're live. So, it's not like I've not done it kind of thing.
That's it.
Anyway, somebody helped me asking after 2-3 people, and eventually a person, a nice gentleman said, you know what, just go around the lap and your tracking will start. So I'm there starting my line. There's nobody there. They're emptying the whole thing out, the field. And there's me running. There's nobody there. So I think it was about 2 miles.
Well, you did an extra 2 miles.
No, I didn't do extra. But by the time I caught up with people, it was like 2 miles further up. So everybody's left me behind. Obviously, it's not their fault. It's my fault because me being late.
Do you know what? It doesn't matter, Mofuzul, because it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Right. If you just hold on, I'd just like to, you're talking about all your preparing and getting there and thinking about it, 45 minutes, and then unfortunately it took you 2 hours. I'd just like to ask Usman in the studio how you actually prepared for the marathon.
Well, through charity, right, they put you in touch with Muslim runners who provided a monthly webinar and a WhatsApp group. And it's led by Harun Motur and Samina and Mubarak, who are absolutely fantastic leads. There's so much experience between them. And then aside from that, then there's this WhatsApp community, which is from people who are absolute novices to those who've run marathons in various continents. So you really felt that you weren't alone. So as well as the guidance for training, like doing your long Sunday run that gradually progresses, also things like your diet, your nutrition, when to rest, when to... what shoes to buy even.
Look at that nice little video. This is you preparing.
Yeah, even on Eid Day I went for a run. So
why don't you talk us through this? So this says preparation for the London Marathon. So is this one of your long runs?
This is the longest run of all, I think, yes.
So what was that? Was it 18 miles or 20 miles?
18.
Yeah, it's usually, isn't it?
But
how did you feel at 18 miles, knowing that you've got, another 8 miles or so to go, if my math serves me correctly? Is it pressure to think, oh my gosh, this is so hard, I've got to fundraise, I've got to, do it for the people, do it for the charity, or did it just inspire you even more?
All of that, all of the above, because you think it's only 10 miles to go. 10 miles isn't that much, but those 10 miles, once you've got that already done behind you, are a long 10 miles. But the crowd, it was just, I'd heard about it beforehand, but nothing could live up to what he actually experienced. It was every single metre of the entire 42 kilometres was lined on both sides of the road, so loud that my ears are still humming.
Wow. Well, there we go. I mean, it is an amazing, amazing day. I have not actually participated myself, but I would like to, inshallah, one day. But you guys
do it.
Running in lungis, as Mofuzul has, and for charity. Obviously, you came out of marathon retirement after your first one, but said, I'll never do it again. 22 years. 22 years it's taken you, and you've got sub 5 hours, sub 6 hours. This is the two that we've got of the 56,000 runners, guys. How lucky we are to have you two on the show with us this evening. Absolute heroes on National Superhero Day. As they say, not all superheroes wear capes. Do they? Right, so let's ask a question to Mofuzul. Back to your lungi. I noticed that in the pictures you had sliders on. I just want to double check. There we go. Did you run it in your sliders as well?
I did not run in my sliders. What happened was, they give us a rucksack before you start the marathon. Obviously, I was late, so I had the choice to run or not run. And then, obviously, I had the rucksack that I was going to drop off to one of the lorries, but like brother will know. Eventually, I didn't, so I was carrying that rucksack with me as well as running with all the stuff that was in my rucksack. So once I finished my run, I took the trainers off because obviously I've been running for nearly 6 hours. My feet all warmed up and everything, so I just took it off and put my sliders on. But somehow somebody put on saying, "Did you run with your sliders?" No, I ran in my trainers.
Well, I have to say I'm quite glad to hear that, because it might have taken you a little longer than 6 hours if you did run in your sliders.
I don't mind. As long as it's for charity, and if I raise money, I'm more than it even to do with sliding.
God bless you, Mofuzul. Right, Usman, I would like to ask you another question. As we said, it's been over 20 years since you ran your last one. And I believe back then there probably wasn't that many Muslim participants in the marathon, because you did it in Spain, right?
Yeah, total transformation.
Why don't you just tell us from then to now, what's changed?
To give you an example, in the Spain marathon that I did, I've counted probably at most 10 dark faces among the thousands that were running, and 5 of those were from the elite runners that were Kenyans. And towards the end of the field, I did see one guy with a beard, and I thought he's Muslim, and I said salam, and he said it back, and we embraced each other, and I made a contact that I still have to this day.
Did he run it yesterday with you?
No, he's in South Africa. He lives in South Africa, so I haven't seen him since. But I was a member of an athletics club when I was at school in Finsbury Park, which is a really diverse part of North London, even in the 80s. And I was the only Muslim there. And now fast forward 20, 30 years, there was this park run thing which makes an easier entry point into the sport. And then even more than that, during lockdown, there was all these informal pop-up, informal running groups, Muslim runners being the main one. And thanks to them, yesterday I lost count of the number of hijabis I saw in the marathon.
Yeah.
And I really am hopeful now that it won't be long before the British Olympic team will get an elite hijabi performer, because it's got to happen.